Hi everyone, welcome to the shop. I'm Clay Baker and this is Moto Nexus. Today I've got a project that we're going to work on a advance mechanism for a Honda CL450. This is probably one of the most forgotten pieces of maintenance that goes on with these bikes. And the only reason I'm doing it on this bike is it doesn't have one. So I found this little guy on eBay. And today we're going to do a cleanup and restoration because it's kind of a mess and it's got rust spots and gunk that we don't want on it or to be any part of the ignition system. So today on Moto Nexus, we're going to restore a Honda Advance mechanism. Let's take a look at this Spark Advance mechanism. So first of all, we have the cam on the outside here and springs connecting to the counterweights, and they're held in place with these circlips. On most of these units, there's either a hole drilled into this back frame or there's a notch cut out. This particular model doesn't have that. Instead, the notch in the back that hooks into the drive for the under the timing cover is aligned with a mark that's inside of that case. The other way to look at this to make sure that you install it correctly is if you look right here real close, you can see that there's a line cut into the inner shaft and a dot punched onto the cam itself. And what we want to do is make sure those are aligned, because it is possible to take this cam off. And by the way, I'm calling it a cam because if you look closely, you can see that it's not perfectly round. The side here has been ground down and it has an oblong rotation to open and close as it spins around. The line and the dot that's punched, if you draw a line through the middle of this, pretend this is an imaginary line, this is the upper portion, and that's where these alignment marks need to be positioned. So when I put this on, I want to make sure those are aligned with each other, and that this piece, when I insert it, because I can feel the alignment right there, that's the notch in the back, and it aligns with the marks on the front of the shaft and the cam. All right. If I hold that into the notch underneath, you can see that they align. All right. So I know that this is my upper half, this is my lower half, and when I go to put this into the bike, I'm going to make sure that it's aligned correctly. Otherwise, I'll be 180 degrees out of phase and the bike isn't going to run. So what we want to do is to inspect this, is to take the cam off, and we're going to check to see that that's greased. I don't believe that it is. I've never found one that's actually had grease in it, and though it has a reservoir and it's supposed to. And then we want to put a little bit of lubrication on both these sides, but we're going to clean it first. And the way I'm going to clean it is to just use some mild solvent once I take it apart. Clean off any sticky goop. I mean, I can feel on the back here there's some grease or oil that's just become sticky over time. It is amazing how well these actually hold up after putting thousands of miles on these bikes over decades. And I take it apart and I find a part that is actually usable. This is an older one here that unfortunately was not so lucky to survive, and the problem with it is these springs have lost all their retention. You can see it doesn't snap back at all. That one's okay, but this spring here is completely shot. The other thing that you might run into when you service the Spark Advance is when you take these circlips off, it's very possible that you're going to spread them out. Now, you can squeeze them back with some small needle nose pliers, or if you go online to McMaster Car, you can order up a whole bag. I think there's 100 in here, maybe 50. Anyway, you can get a whole bag of these for just a few dollars. Have them on hand. You might also need to replace the washers. Very good idea to take a mic and measure. The way that you make sure you've got the right size is you're measuring inside that groove that is holding the circlip. So you're not measuring the shaft, you're measuring inside the groove. So what we want to do now is we'll take off these circlips and then we'll disassemble this. I'm going to try not to take the springs off because I just find that wears them out and they end up like that other one. But we'll pop this off and then clean it all up and re-grease it and put it back together, and we'll get it back on our bike. I'm going to grease this with some red bearing grease. You don't want anything too terribly tacky. It's really, you're trying to make this as slippery as possible, just so that it holds up under the constant pressure. I mean, think about how many thousand times that thing's spinning around and running those counterweights in and out, right? So we want to make sure that shaft and this shaft are well greased. I'm going to use just this little micro screwdriver to get into one of the slots, and we'll pop that off. I am on a towel here to try to catch the parts when they come off. That's why I'm not working on this hard surface. Now the little shim that's underneath, I can't even call that a washer. That is just paper thin. I almost bend it in my fingers. And we'll pop this one off. If the circlip goes flying, which I don't want it to, I'm hoping it'll hit the towel. That one didn't. I think they're a little stretched. I'm probably going to replace them anyway. As long as I've got some extras on hand, I'm going to replace it. So now, if I just rotate the cam, hold the arms out, this will slide right off. And if we look inside, we can see it's completely dry. This groove in here is the reservoir for the grease. See if you can see in there. So that groove is where we want to put our grease. And there's nothing in there. There's a little bit of very old grease in there, but that's not doing anything for us. And we can see by looking at the shaft, it's not burnt, but it's got a little grease on it, but it's sticky. And so we want to clean all that off of there. So that's our next step. You could probably clean this with some carb or brake cleaning fluid, you know, or anything even milder than that would be just fine. So now these arms will just lift off. I call them arms, they're counterweights. There's another shim underneath. Sometimes you find more than one. I don't know if that's intentional or it's a mistake. You just get a fingernail under the back, pull it out of the way. Okay, and now we'll clean all this junk off. There's another shim on the bottom of this. It looks like a burn mark, but it's actually a shim. There it is. This one's really thin. We'll clean that up. But I can see that it looks like it's a little burned around the outside here, and that's from a lack of grease. So we'll get this cleaned up and get on to putting it back together and get it on the bike. Right, so now that our mechanism is all cleaned up, we're going to apply a little bit of grease, very little, to the outer edge of the shafts. And then we'll put a little bit inside the shaft itself. Now let's put the bottom shims on the post. And then we'll put the large shim down on the bottom. I'm going to apply just a little bit of grease to lubricate that. All right, now we can position the counterweight arms. I want to have that spring go in the top of the arm and then just snap into that groove. There we go. Now we're going to put the top shims on. These little guys aren't thick enough for me to call them washers. And then, as I showed you before, I have some brand new shims. I'm just going to use them because I have them. The other ones are actually a little bit loose after removing them. So the way I try to put these on is I just give it a start and then grab it with my little needle nose and snap it in. That's it. Yeah, that has a good action. Okay, now I'm always trying to keep that mark on the shaft at the top, so I'm thinking about it being right side up. And then here's this guy with the dot. That's going to go on there like that when I'm done. But right now what we want to do is fill that groove on the inside of this cam with some grease. I really want to get it into that reservoir, not just all around the inside. Notch and dot aligned. And I'm just going to open up these arms, hold them in place, wiggle this guy down in. We'll take that excess grease off of there. Confirm that you're aligned. There you have it. Now we can put it back on the bike and get on to the next task, which is going to be to install an electronic ignition system from Charlie's place.